Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com. Now, from the Signature Bank Studios, this is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft on AM 560. The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan Proft here, and our friend Christian Toto, host of the Hollywood in Toto podcast, recently penned a piece essentially ranking the Hollywood celebrities that have the most virulent strain of TDS, Trump Derangement Syndrome. So which celebrity has it the worst? Well, here's my nominee. He was at it again this week, Bobby De Niro.
He will not. We see it all the time. He will not want to leave. He set it up with his. I guess he's the Goebbels of the cabinet. Stephen Miller. He's a Nazi. Yes, he is, and he's Jewish. He should be ashamed of himself.
Yeah, that's a nice 1-2 punch in 20 seconds. Resuscitating the Trump won't leave, the same thing they said when he was elected in 2016. And then when he was declared the loser in 2020, I believe he left. You correct me if my memory is fading. But anyway, we're resuscitating that. He's never going to leave. Okay. And then you get in the Stephen Miller's a Nazi. Just matter of fact, yes, he is. He's the Goebbels, is I believe the proper pronunciation there, Bobby. But yeah, I mean, close enough for a room temperature intellect like yourself. All right, well, let's find out. Let's find out if I'm right that it's Bobby De Niro who has the worst case of TDS in Hollywood. Christian Toto, again, host of the Hollywood in Toto, Toto, Hollywood in Toto podcast. Christian, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Oh, do we have Chris? You're cutting out there. Oh, there we go.
Oh, hi. Yeah, I was just saying that De Niro is a great choice for sure.
Okay.
He's got all the credentials. You know, I put something else into this story because I think if the TDS is really impacting your career, I think that's where it gets to a weird level. So, I think that De Niro, God bless him, keeps on working. Good scripts, bad scripts, you name it, he does it. So as nutty as he is and as one note as all his comments are, he just kind of keeps plugging away in Hollywood. So that's why I didn't make him my number one choice. That's also why people like Rosie O'Donnell and Kathy Griffin, I mean, their careers are really
over
on life support at this point. I mean, listen, Rosie went to Ireland. I don't know what she's doing now. I think she'll keep popping up now and then. And then Kathy Griffin just really never recovered from that holding up that fake head of Trump, and nor should she, honestly. That was a gross thing that she apologized for.
Right, but I mean, for Kathy Griffin, I thought her career sort of peaked with news radio, and then it was gone. I mean, I guess she was a comedian, but I mean, she's not of any particular note.
No, her D-list shtick, I think she even had a reality show about that. That was kind of fun, and I saw her, remember, a few years back and on stage, and she had like a tabloid making fun of Hollywood angle, which I thought was fresh and clever. And she's not, she can be funny, but she's just gotten bitter and angry and sad, and that's never a good look for a comedian.
No, it isn't. All right, we'll keep running the list. I want to see who wins.
Yeah, I was going to mention Rob Reiner, but I think he's dialed it down in recent months. He made some comments recently. I think he might have been on MSNBC or a similar outlet, and listen, he was maybe the top TDS guy for quite some time. But, it was funny. I think it was maybe after the election, he hinted he might be going into some sort of counseling or treatment or something. Like he mentioned it briefly on social media, and he kind of ducked away a bit. So I think even he realizes he needed to step back. And then he made the Spinal Tap sequel, which no one saw.
Yeah.
He's a fine choice. They're all fine choices. There's no losers.
They're all fine people.
Very fine people on both sides of this debate. But my choice really is Jimmy Kimmel. And, and I think for me, Jimmy Kimmel genuinely put his entire career at risk for his TDS, where he saw the Charlie Kirk assassination and thought, I need to weaponize this. I need to make it about Trump. I need to make it about getting him and his movement. And that's what his infamous quote now, basically blaming MAGA for Charlie Kirk's assassination was just gross and vile and not funny and the kind of thing that a professional broadcaster should never say. And then we had the chance to apologize, which would have been the next night, and say, hey, I said something last night. I regret it. It wasn't, I'm trying to be funny here, but that was really misdirecting what we know about the killer. He couldn't do it. And then when he was, banned for a week and suspended, and it looked like his show may never come back, when he finally did come back, he still couldn't apologize. And ever since then, he's been getting worse and worse and worse with lies. So I think he's the champion here. I think he's the king of the Trump deranged.
I'm not to tell you your business. You're the Hollywood guy. But I think, I was just reflecting on this, thinking about this piece that you did. And we were reflecting a little bit earlier in the week on the No Kings rallies over the weekend, because this is so, 2017 all over again. It was women's marches then. It's No Kings now. It's the same people, different costumes, more or less the same issues, maybe with some different intensities. But I think you need to do a TDS Hall of Fame, because I think you need to honor the TDS, the worst TDS sufferers from the first term that are no longer present and accounted for, as well as the second term. Some people fell off after the first term. I'm thinking like of Ashley Judd in Madonna, when Madonna wanted to bomb the White House, and Ashley Judd was talking about her bloody jeans. That deserves some recognition.
I agree completely. It is a different phase of Trump derangement. And also, I start my story with Michael Rappaport, who raged against Donald Trump almost daily. He's got a podcast. He's on social media. He called him a pig bleep or something. It was cartoonishly over the top. But you know what? When he saw what Trump was doing with Israel, with Hamas, with the peace movement, he had a change of heart. And he actually talked about how he heard that the Very Fine People hoax was a hoax, and he apologized for believing it. So I think there is a cure for TDS. It's just letting information in. Listen, I don't worship Donald Trump. I think he's deeply flawed in many ways. But to go to the lengths that these people go to is just sad.
I've been corrected. I misremembered, and what an offense I've committed to Vicki Lewis. Kathy Griffin, she was not on News Radio. That was Vicki Lewis.
Oh, that's right.
They sort of had that same look, but she was on some sitcom. Wasn't
Suddenly
she?
Susan, I believe.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I actually watched that. I think I just misidentified her. I apologize to Vicki Lewis and her extended family for that. That affront.
That should be like a cookie bouquet poem. That apology should be everlasting.
Yeah, exactly. So for generations to come yet. I'm sorry. And I love News Radio too. That was a great sitcom. That was, that was Phil Hartman at his best back in the day.
Oh gosh, yeah. What a cast too.
Dave Foley and Stephen Root. I remember Joe Rogan. That's where Joe Rogan got his big break, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So, okay. I do remember it. I'm sorry about that mental slip there. So we got to talk to you about what is good coming out of Hollywood, even if we don't agree with them politically. There's still some good artists there. And what are you watching? What are you liking? What are you excited about?
I am getting into Tulsa King. This is the third season, which is solid. I think.
Oh no, we got a disagreement. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. No, go ahead on Tulsa King. Give us your review of the third season so far.
Me, okay. Yeah, I'm 3 episodes in. I think it's predictable now. You can kind of tell who's going to live, who's going to die, what's going to happen. But I just think it's so much fun that I still enjoy it, and I think that this is a great role for Stallone. It's stupid to say he's born to play it because he played Rambo and Rocky, but I think at this point in his career, given his gravitas, I think he just fits it beautifully.
So, we think we've talked about Tulsa King before, and it was sort of like a guilty pleasure for the first couple of seasons. But for me, this third season is off the rails. It's just schmaltzy. I can't stand these characters anymore. I think their development has tapped out. It's become, it's already become, all these, the characters become redundant in certain respects, always, because they're, part of an ensemble cast and they have an angle. But I just think that, the interactions between Stallone and Dana Delaney, I find that tortured. The dude who plays his driver is just annoying to me now. I'm not there. I'm struggling through it so far.
Well, I would say for a show about gangsters, you need the genuine threat of death, and you get the sense they don't want to kill off any of these beloved characters, and that's a problem. So there's no real sense of payoff here. There's no real gravitas. That's my big issue.
Yeah, and the moments where somebody might get killed, and I'm not going to spoiler alert it. I mean, it doesn't really happen, and the way the plot devices they used to get out of it are not, particularly plausible. I don't know. It seems to me like it's one of those shows where the writers had 2 seasons in the can, and let's see what happens. And if we need to write a 3rd season, we'll do it really fast in the middle of the 2nd season and try and figure it out.
Yeah, listen, some shows do have a shelf life. And listen, some shows are amazing through season 6, 7, 8. I don't know how they do it, but they do. And I definitely see cracks in the armor here, and I think that it's starting to show. And again, it's sad, but not every show needs to go 8 seasons. I mean, sometimes 2 or 3 is just enough. Remember, it was a Bloodline or Bloodlines. There was a Netflix show with that
was good.
Yeah, it was great, but it was a 1-season show that they dragged out to 3. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's clearly the fame got to its head. This is a story that had to end. It did end. Much like the recent Black Rabbit. I don't know if they're going to do a 2nd season. But if they do, it makes no sense because this is a 1-season show that I found very entertaining. Yeah,
I agree with your assessment on both of those shows. Did you see Lost Bus with McConaughey?
No, I haven't. It kind of just slipped out. I think it's an Apple TV joint. Mm-hmm. Yeah, have you seen it?
I did, and I'll tell you what. I mean, I knew it was. And I'm not a McConaughey fan, okay, but he was good, and it's really good, but I knew it was going to be good because it's Paul Greengrass. Sometimes you have to look at the directors, and I mean, the Bourne Identity and United 93. I mean, he's just always good. He's one of the best out there. Doesn't have the same profile maybe as some others, but I just knew it was going to be good because he's just so good at telling a story like I knew that story was going to be.
And it's fascinating that there are many good films out there that just slip under the radar, that may be on a streaming platform that you might not have, or maybe just don't get enough attention at theaters. So you really have to be kind of a discerning viewer these days to kind of suss out the good stuff, because there's a lot of junk out there, obviously true.
Yeah. So other than, and the good thing is if Tulsa King flames out, you've got Landman Season 2 coming up the middle of next month, so I'm looking forward to that. But anything else you're looking forward to that you want to recommend to, or you've seen and you recommend to our listeners?
I haven't seen the new Springsteen movie, Deliver Me From Nowhere. They didn't screen it here in the Denver area where I live. I'm surprised by that. The box office looks very weak so far. I mean, it's a complicated story about him recording Nebraska. It doesn't sound like a typical rah-rah biopic, but I'm still curious to see it. I mean, I'm not even a big Springsteen fan, but he's an icon. I mean, I don't like his politics, but he's a great musician and a great talent, and he deserves that kind of a close-up. So I want to catch up with that as soon as possible. And I still haven't seen the Spinal Tap sequel. I'm kind of gritting my teeth. I just can't imagine it being good. I've heard very mixed reviews, so that one is one I want to catch up on. I think it's on VOD right now.
One sequel. I don't think I mentioned this, and I think it came out since the last time we talked. But I mean, I was skeptical. But the Naked Gun redo with Liam Neeson and Pam Anderson, have you seen it?
Yeah, shockingly solid, I thought.
So did I. There were enough gags that I thought it was actually, I mean, you can't beat Leslie Nielsen, but there were enough gags that were pretty good that I didn't see coming. And frankly, the interaction between Liam Neeson and Danny Houston, the antagonist, some of that stuff was really funny. I thought it was definitely worth seeing. Yeah, and Liam Neeson, I think, was a nice choice, very against typecasting. But that was what Leslie Nielsen was. He was a serious, almost boring actor, like kind of a leading man, handsome. And they said, let's put him in a goofy film, have him act straight, pretend that nothing is wrong. And it was a beautiful combination. I think it worked again here. Christian Toto, the host of the Hollywood in Toto, HollywoodInToto, TOTO.com, Hollywood in Toto, Christian Toto. Thanks so much for joining us as always, Christian. Appreciate it. My pleasure. And Christian Toto joined us on the Turnkey.Pro answer line.
Before you see it on TV, share it on Facebook, or read about it in the paper. Hear it here first. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Chicago businesses, you can't afford to be down. You don't have time to wait for IT support. You